All right, it's September 11th, 2023, and we're starting a new project on the Dodge. I should have another video that went up on redoing the seats and got the floorboard and everything done. I don't like the color. I'm going to change the canvas, but for now, that's good to go. But the one thing about these 1941 Dodges is that they didn't have locking and unlocking hubs, so you're constantly in four-wheel drive as far as turning your axles. Now I did put an MP205 in, so the transfer case can be in just high with rear-wheel drive, or 4 high and 4 low. But you know, when you're just creeping or just not kind of parading something, you don't need the hubs turning, because it just makes it harder to turn with all that axle and all turning. So what I've done is I got the bolt out of this one, but basically the axle comes through here and this hub has a spline. Let me show you right here. I got an extra one. The axle goes through the spline and then it bolts using those bolts to the outer hub, and then that's how it turns everything. All right, so what I've done is I want to keep these are the originals. I'm going to take these off. I bought another set. I think it was Midwest Dodge, vintage Dodge parts. These were like 60 bucks. And so I got another set of these. And what I'm going to do is I am going to remove the splines out of this hub and then put a sealed bearing on this side with a bolt, the actual bolt that's not in there right now. And that will allow the hub to spin around the axle. Hang on, let me show you more. All right, this one's still a little warm, but what I did here is, ouch, that is hot. To make this easier is I've taken my cold cut saw here, mild steel cutting, there we go. I cut off the top piece there, and that leaves just about a ½ inch worth of splines that I gotta take my Dremel and remove. Now I tried using, thought it'd be fancy. I got that 1¼ inch drill bit, and yeah, that didn't work on splines. But for 25 bucks, I thought I'd give it a shot. So what I've done is, so I got that removed, and then I bought some high-speed sealed bearings that I will. I have to take a Dremel and just Dremel this out just a little bit. I mean, it is almost a perfect fit. I can just press them in, and then this bolt will go, well, you know, with the washer through here, and this will spin, and that won't spin, and I will have free spinning hubs. But if I say, you know, hey, I gotta go climb that, you know, go to Moab and start doing some rock climbing, I just take the hubs I took off, unbolt the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9/16 nuts, slide these hubs back on, put these in the glove box, and then I'm back to four-wheel drive. So that's the plan. I will show you more as I go along. I'm still waiting on a Dremel tool. I got my little tiny Ryobi Dremel that's just way too small for this, so I ordered a 1/4 inch Dremel to get those teeth out. And then I will, if this is a success, I will label all the parts. Let's see, what is this bearing? Maybe you can see the part number there, or let me see the box. Got it on Amazon. I'll give you the numbers, but this is my my next project, and it's that, and then of course I got to finish up the drive shaft, but I wanted to get this done first. All right, check back later and we'll continue. All right, let's try this again. All right, old hub is off, and you can see it's got the splines, and it's all, that's what a standard hub looks like. Reusing the standard bolt that goes through to the axle. Here's my modified hub with the pressed in sealed bearing. All right, let's come down here. I'm gonna try to do this with one hand. I had a little burr on the side of this, so when I tried doing it the first time, it was hanging up. So let's see if we got that fixed. All right, as you can see, bearing just spins on my finger there. All right, so let's see, I don't want to get this jammed up. All right, so I'm not going to tighten it all the way down, but that's how that goes. And then the bolt, which now I need a longer bolt. But basically, I'm going to have to get a longer fine thread bolt. That will now bolt to the axle. It keeps the axle straight, so it won't hit the inside of the hub, and it's going to spin on the bearing. So actually, obviously, the tire is going to spin, and the axle will stay straight. Now, I don't have a drive shaft on the front right now, so I can't keep the axle from spinning to tighten this down, but I can fix that with I can strap that down. But I actually do need to get a longer 1/2-inch 5-thread bolt than the original, because as you can see on the original hub, it's recessed, so it goes in further. I didn't take that into consideration, but you get the idea. When this is on here, let's see, I might be able to get a little bit of it threaded. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, it's just turning the axle right now. Actually, that might be good, but I will get a different bolt and a different washer. But looking at it, you would never know that it's not it's been adapted to free spool. So, but like I say, yeah, you can keep these in your glove box or in your toolbox, and it's fairly quick. You know, it's a 3/4 inch bolt for the center, 9/16 for the outside, and then you need like a 1/2-inch bolt, maybe 3/8. You put in the 2 holes there, and you can just slide it off. Putting on the new one, you might have to rock it back and forth a little bit to get the splines to line up. But in all reality, if you plan on going somewhere, you can just do it ahead of time. I'm doing this because this is mainly going to be used for parades and stuff like that, and I really don't need to be spinning the whole front axle. And from what I hear, it steers a lot easier. So that's the plan. One side is done, and I'm going to do one more video, and I'll include all the information, all the parts and everything as I finish the other one. All right, thanks for watching. Okay, I'm working on the second one, and I want to take a second to show you. That's the front drive shaft slip yoke here, and the hubs are the same spline, so it gives you a good reference when you have when you get the splines all ground down. If you're lucky enough to live in an area that might have a machine shop that could squeeze you in and do this, you probably don't need to cut the end pieces off. But I did that. I cut these off simply because you don't need them, because that's strength for 4-wheel drive. But also, too, it was easier to use my cold cut saw and cut this off and spend less time grinding this, because you know, I don't have a machine shop that could get this in anytime in the near future. So I went with this, and it does make quite a mess. And don't wear sandals or Crocs. Got metal shavings all over the place. See, second thing. All right, let me give you a rundown. Since I already showed you the one side, I'm not going to redo it. All right, I got the hubs from Vintage Power Wagons online. They were $50 for the 2 of them. Total shipping to Southern California was $66.20. The bearings, the sealed bearings, which I got to go on the other side. Dang it. Yeah, they're sharp. Okay, the sealed bearings, I got them on Amazon, and their part number was 1635-2RS. They're currently out of stock, but they're deep groove radial ball bearings, and it's the size that's most important. If you can find it in any other manufacturer, because the box doesn't even say real. I think, what does the box say? It's kind of covered up. JZ ISO 9002, completely different number on there, so I have no idea. if this box is just a box, whatever. But either way, I came with 5 of these. The dimensions are 0.75. Let's see, that's the inner side, 0.75. 1.75, which is the most important part from here to here. That's what fits inside there. And 1/2 inch deep. And that's about the little less than the depth that you have going in here. So, but that's it. Those are $35.26 for 5 of them. I don't need 5, but why not put a couple in the toolbox just in case something goes wonky. But that's it. I'm just gonna finish sanding this one down, grinding it, smoothing it off. I gotta hone the inside a little bit to make this a tight fit. Remember, the nut and the washer are actually holding it on, but I don't want it just spinning inside, so I want a nice smooth where I can tap it in like you would a race. Then paint it and put it on the car. So that's the 4-wheel drive to 2-wheel drive free hub spinning upgrade that I'm doing on my 1941 Dodge weapons carrier, also known as Oddball. Hope it works out for you if you're in the same boat. Anything newer, you can probably just you can buy locking hubs, but older stuff you gotta think out of the box. All right, have a great day.